Now, COVID-19 has had a devastating impact on almost every quarter, and the arts sector is not different. Now, in an effort to mitigate the situation, the National Arts Council introduced the Presidential Employment Stimulus Program. The program is a 3-month cash injection that will get artists back to doing what they do best: creating, producing and working. But it has not gone according to plan, with the NAC announcing that it has erroneously allocated more money to the approved arts projects that it had available in its PESP fund. As a result, concerned artists staged a sit-in at the NAC offices in an effort to find answers. And to tell us more, we joined via Zoom by Creative Practitioner Given Sithole. Mr. Sithole, very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning very much. Thank you so much for having me, and good morning to the viewers at home.
Now, Given, what's your understanding of what the Presidential Employment Stimulus Program is, and what is its purpose?
Okay, the Presidential Stimulus Program was created to create stimulus across the creative sector, to revive the creative sector after the hard lockdown due to the COVID-19. So the Office of the President then announced this stimulus program so that we as the artists, we as the creative sector can also be able to revive the sector that we're in currently.
So what has transpired since it was introduced?
Well, what happened is that the PSP was announced last year in October, and from the announcement, everything was coming all right up until this year, when the new board came in January, where payments were then put on hold, and then they started cutting, renewing, giving people new contracts actually, and cutting people's budget by up to 70% of the original contracted budgets. So far, since the PSP started, we've been struggling to get the NAC to be transparent about everything, about the whole process of the PSP.
Now, what's your biggest gripe, Given, with the program, and who do you think is responsible for what has since transpired?
Well, we believe that since this program it's an initiative by the Office of the Presidency, therefore the Office of the Presidency should be overseeing this whole PSP project. But however, they've entrusted the National Arts Council with these funds, and they've not come forth with the transparency. So we believe that now the Office of the President should be the one who are now intervening this matter, that as we are here at the NAC staging this sit-in here.
Yeah, and speaking of that sit-in, what was the purpose of the sit-in?
Well, the purpose of the sit-in is for the NAC to be able to, first thing first, to give us the answers of the list that we've sent them last week from the 3rd of March. It's for the NAC to give us the answers, and also for the Office of the President to intervene in terms of how NAC runs its internal affairs, and also the way the NAC is bullying the artists in terms of forcing the artists to take new contracts that have been cut by 30%, of which already we have signed contracts, and now they are saying, okay, here's a new contract, we don't have enough money, we have to take a new contract. And that's why we are here at this sitting, so that actually at this point we want the presidency, the Office of the President, or the President himself, to intervene in this matter.
What are your thoughts then on the suspension of the NAC CEO and the CFO?
Well, yes, the CEO and the CFO has been suspended. Mm-hmm. It's long overdue. However, at this point, as the artists, as the creative sector, we want the way forward. Yes, they've been suspended, and there's a new acting CEO who's in now. But the thing is, the very same acting CEO, her behavior is the same as the suspended CEO. So the suspension of the CEO at this point, it doesn't change a lot, as the process is still slow. They are still not making that much payment. They are still not releasing contracts. So the suspension of the CEO does not impact us that much.
And how, in your opinion, Given Sithole, does the National Arts Council make the pie bigger for artists instead of a smaller slice for everyone?
Okay. You know, with the National Arts Council, what they did is that they made the blunder of approving applicants and giving them more money while they have not finished adjudicating and while they have not finished granting everyone this approval of the application. So they thought probably people won't apply, probably creatives won't apply. But however, they themselves, they made a blunder of approving those who applied first. They made a first come first serve thing, but they made a plan of approving those who applied first and giving them more money while the adjudication process has not been finished yet.
Okay, so where to from here, Given?
Well, at this point, like I said, we just need the president to come and intervene. You know,
Okay.
we need the president, the office of the presidency to come and intervene, and we will continue to stage this sitting and until we get the answers that have been asked before to the board, to the management of the NAC. Until we get those answers, we will continue to stage a sitting. And actually, what we'll do now, as from next week Monday, we'll be we'll be organizing a protest act taking place here at the NAC every Monday from 1 o'clock to 2 p.m., where all the artists, all the musicians, you know, the creative will come and perform. That's how we protest as the creative sector.
And are you at all satisfied with how the Minister of Arts, Natim Mthethwa, has handled the matter?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. The minister has actually ignored this matter of the NAC, and he has never responded to this peaceful protest. You know, I'm pretty much sure there's never been such a peaceful protest in South Africa. You know, the minister has never responded, and the minister has never tried to engage us. But the only thing that the ministry did, that they went to Parliament and they said that they've only allocated 252 million to the PSP, while we've been told that about 285 was available to the PSP.
All right, Given, we certainly hope that all the relevant practitioners and the stakeholders and, of course, the authorities are listening to this, and a solution definitely needs to be found. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. We are hoping that more creatives will come and support and join us in this sitting that we are staging here at the NAC. And also, they should also follow us on our Facebook page, and so that they can be up to date on what's happening inside the NAC building.
Right.
The Facebook page is Creative Survivor SA, so they can also follow us there.
All right, Given Sithole, great chatting to you, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
That was creative practitioner Given Sithole, and he's one of the artists that staged a sit-in at the National Arts Council this week regarding the Presidential Employment Stimulus Program. We'll speak to the council next week to hear their side of the story.